beyond all lengths, a depth beyond all depths, and a height beyond all heights, and that in all his attributes he is an eternal being, an everlasting being, and in that respect he is beyond all measures, whether they be of breadth, or length, or depth, or height. In all his attributes he is beyond all measure, whether you measure by words, by thoughts, or by the most enlarged and exquisite apprehension. His greatness is unsearchable. His judgments are unsearchable. Job 5:9. He is infinite in wisdom. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God. Romans 11:33. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. Job 9:19. Yea, the thunder of his power, who can understand? Job 26:14. There is none holy as the Lord. 1 Samuel 2:2. And his mercy is from everlasting to everlasting, upon them that fear him. Psalm 103:17. The greatness of God, of the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, is that, if rightly considered, which will support the spirits of those of his people that are frighted with the greatness of their adversaries. For here is a greatness against a greatness. Pharaoh was great, but God more great in power, more great in wisdom, more great every way for the help of his people, wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. These words, therefore, take in for this people the great God who in his immensity and infinite greatness is beyond all beings. But to come first to the reason of the words, they are made use of to show to the Ephesians that God, with what he is in himself, and with what he hath in his power, is all for the use and profit of the believers, else no great matter is held out to them thereby. But this God is our God. There is the comfort. For this cause therefore he presenteth them with this description of him, to wit, by breadth and length and depth and height, as who should say, the high God is yours, the God that fills heaven and earth is yours, the God whom the heaven of heavens cannot contain is yours, yea, the God whose works are wonderful, and whose ways are past finding out, is yours. Consider therefore the greatness that is for you, that taketh part with you, and that will always come in for your help against them that contend with you. It is my support, it is my relief, it is my comfort in all my tribulations, and I would have it ours, and so it will when we live in the lively faith thereof. Nor should we admit of distrust in this matter from the consideration of our own unworthiness, either taken from the finiteness of our state or the foulness of our ways. Psalm 46. For now, though God's attributes, several of them in their own nature, are set against sin and sinners, yea, were we righteous, are so high that needs they must look over us, for 'tis to him a condescension to behold things in heaven. How much more then to open his eyes upon such as we, yet by the passion of Jesus Christ they harmoniously agree in the salvation of our souls. Hence God is said to be love, 1 John 4. God is love, might some say, and justice too, but his justice is turned with wisdom, power, holiness, and truth to love, yea, to love those that be found in his Son, forasmuch as there is nothing faultworthy in his righteousness which is put upon us. So then, as there is in God's nature a length and breadth and depth and height that is beyond all that we can think, so we should conclude that all this is love to us, for Christ's sake, and then dilate with it thus in our minds, and enlarge it thus in our meditations, saying still to our low and trembling spirits, it is high as heaven, what canst thou do? Deeper than hell, what canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. Job 11:8-9. But we will pass generals, and more particularly speak, secondly, something of their fullness, as they are fitted to suit and answer to the whole state and condition of a Christian in this life. These words are boundless. We have here a breadth, a length, a depth, and height made mention of, but what breadth, what length, what depth, what height is not so much as hinted. It is therefore infiniteness suggested to us, and that has engaged for us. For the apostle conjoins therein, and to know the love of Christ which passeth knowledge. Thus therefore it suits and answers a Christian's condition while in this world, let that be what